Should have started this sooner. I don't know what I was thinking. How you doing, guys? Chad here at the Hidden Spring Farm, and as you can see, I'm in front of my firewood area because it's pretty much the start of firewood season. Well, not really. It's a little bit late, and I should have got all this done a lot sooner, and I didn't. I was working on my chicken house, and I'm a little bit late to get moving on this, but we're gonna have a nice little discussion today about what I should have done from the beginning of getting our farm with this whole firewood storage area here. I regret not doing it, but better late than never. Like I said earlier, I'm a little bit late to the party here on this firewood stuff. Gotta get bucking, chopping, splitting, stacking, and I'm gonna explain a system that I have to implement on our firewood. But I got some of these logs here that I want to buck up into pieces and then get them split. We had a nice snowfall last week and then it all melted. We had like a day, it was nice weather, and it all melted. Then it snowed again and again, 2 days in a row. Now this is the second one. And I mean, it's beautiful to look at. I can't complain. I love the peace and serenity that I have here at the farm, all to my lonesome. I didn't do a very good job with this firewood from the beginning of buying this farm. And we'll get into that in just a minute. You got to split your wood in order to start the seasoning process. And the seasoning process is time consuming. It's a long process. Some say your firewood needs to dry at least a year. Some say 2 years. It all has to do with the moisture content, really. A lot of people know just from looking at or touching their firewood. Some people, they knock it like this to hear how dense or how hollow it is. That way you know how dry it is. Some you can really tell by the color too, eh? This wood has been sitting here when we bought the property. This is from the previous owner, so it's definitely more than a year and a half. And you can see it's drying really well. It's splitting there, and you can note the color. It's kind of like a grayish, brownish, dark color. This is a piece that I just split a few days ago, and you can see the difference. Now, that's a huge difference. This one is very fresh, and it hasn't had any time to dry yet. This one has been sitting here dry, although it hasn't been split. I bet you it's a lot more moist on the inside than on the outside here. You want your firewood to be seasoned, that's for sure. That's a definite. Because if it's not seasoned, it doesn't burn effectively or efficiently inside your wood stove. It can leave deposits like creosote and tar and all that junk that gets built up inside your chimneys and whatnot. And it's more difficult to burn. It'll burn hotter if it's drier. The fire will basically use all of its energy to boil the water that's inside the wood rather than burning the wood, if that makes any sense. And by no means am I a professional. I've only been studying firewood for about a year and a half now. Because I'm such a newbie, I went ahead and purchased a moisture reader. Moisture reader, guys. Now this is state-of-the-art ingenuity. Okay, it's on. Take these plastic things off and it reveals the pegs. See the pegs? And all you do is just touch it to something and it'll give you a reading. Let's do some testing. This is that log that I just split a few days ago. Try to jam it in the wood here. It's telling me the edge is 21.3. Actually, that's not too bad. What about the center? 22.1. So you see what I mean? It dries on the ends faster than it dries in the center. That's why it's important to split your wood. I actually have a bunch of logs that I prepped last year, but I didn't split them. They've been sitting for 1 year, and I don't think they're going to be dry enough on the inside, that's for sure. But we're going to split some today and see how they look. This is a piece that I just split a minute ago, and it's been sitting for a long time, but it wasn't split. Let's see. Wow, 13.8. Let's check the center. That's crazy. See the difference? Is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference. When using these moisture meters, firewood that's properly seasoned can be anywhere less than 20%. This is what I've learned. Anything more than 20%, it's going to be too wet, too green. Now the lower the number, the better, obviously. Yeah. I just cut this the other day out in the forest. It was a little bit rotting, but now let's see the moisture content on this sucker. 23.4. Rotten tree to begin with. It's not like it was really alive. How about if we touch the outside? Now that's only 21. These are going to be ready to go in a year. You won't even need to wait 2 years. these will be ready to go. But just for experimental purposes, let's take one of these logs and go over to the splitter and then check the moisture content. The inside's 19.6. That's 18.5. 19.4. So what that tells me, guys, is that rotting tree that I cut down in the forest the other day was perfect to cut down, because it's already very dry, and I'll get it split and it'll be good to go for next year. Just had to start snowing now, didn't it? Right in the middle of my production. Right in the middle of my film shoot. See, I told you I should have done this sooner. I gotta hurry up and finish splitting all that wood right there before I get covered in snow. Here's my firewood plan moving forward. This is our firewood shed, or our firewood storage. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. We got 6.5 compartments, and each compartment almost holds a cord of firewood, a bush cord. This right here has been sitting there since we bought the place. Those stumps right there, I prepared that last year, but I still have to split it. Now I've started a new pile, as you've seen just there. This is going to be sitting until 2023. This stuff I split just last week. This is going to be sitting until 2023 also, because it's very moist. This stuff I split last year, and it's pretty much ready to go. I've tested it and it's dry enough, good enough to burn pretty efficiently. And this stuff here is for 2022. This is for next year. So this compartment and this compartment, I prepared it last year. You know, I didn't really have a plan then, but now I have a plan. I don't think I need to go to the extent of actually marking the compartments. And as you guys know, I'm trying to run a farm stay here. So I still need to come up with a system where our farm stay guests can't have access to an unlimited amount of firewood. I need to set it up that they only have access, maybe when they have a booking with us, they have access to maybe 1 bundle of firewood. After that, they can either purchase it from us, or they have to bring their own. But we got bit a couple times by some guests who used a lot of firewood. So we charged them like $350 to stay for a night, and then it cost us like $60 just in firewood. Because firewood's expensive, guys. You don't really realize. If you go to your local hardware store or your local gas station or convenience store and you want to buy a little bundle of firewood here in Canada, it's upwards of $11. The cheapest I've seen is like $8.99, and they're just like little small kindling logs. So that's very expensive. It can be quite lucrative. I think in the future I might set up a roadside stand. I'm not ready to do that, obviously, because again, I should have done this sooner. You know, I should have been prepared sooner, and I would have lots of firewood ready to go, but I didn't. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. You live and learn. I'm getting better at this firewood stuff. Molly, she's getting covered in snow right there. She's gonna look like a Yeti pretty soon. And she lost one of her boots. I gotta go find one of her boots. Anyways, guys, looks like we're getting a blizzard right now. So I really do appreciate you watching and learning along with me about firewood. I've been learning a lot over the past year and a half. I figure after a few more years, I'm gonna be a pro. And I gotta get my log splitter back in the shop there. Camera's getting all wet because it's a blizzard here in Canada. Horseshoe Valley, Ontario, Canada. That's a lot of snow, guys. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up, but it's a lot of snow. It's thick flakes right now. Look, Lovely's trying to jump up and catch all the snowflakes. She's playing with the snowflakes. Have you ever seen a cat do that? Playing with the snowflakes? Look at her. She's trying to catch the snowflakes in the air. Anyways, appreciate you watching, guys. Don't forget to pound that like if you enjoyed the video. Really do appreciate you watching. You guys take care, okay?